Where we go to. Little city STC, go to sleep. Here I am, past little STC. Mama's going to buy my Kimber. If my Kimber don't sing, Papa's going to kick STC ass. What's up? Past little baby. Past little baby. Anda Gudito. How you doing? Kids 4050. What's up, hey honey? What's up, me? 3 people. Me, you, and Koshi. I don't make no sense. I don't make no sense. Hey, what's up, sweetheart? Hello. Fish and chips. Yeah, fish and chips. What comes down the door? I'm okay. Little tired. What's for dinner tonight? No nap. No nap, sweetie. Nope. No nap. I can't sleep during the daytime. if I fall asleep, I'm gonna wake up. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know you could take a nap. I know. You could. Oh, I know. How was your walk? Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's you and I. Think it's probably you and I. I don't know. Hey, what's up, SEC? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's me, sweetie, SEC. Check tax. Um, hey, what's up, STC? What? Hmm. 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 Yeah, everybody love me, yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm coming back later on tonight. I'm going to take a nap. I'll be back tonight, guys, okay? I was going to I was going to stop by and tell you don't forget the interviews tomorrow at 7 o'clock. You know? Yeah. I was texting them. Yes, don't forget 7 o'clock tomorrow. That's California time. Don't forget it's an wow, Veteran Affairs interview at 7 o'clock. Okay? Don't forget that. Goodbye. Anna, Tats is here. Oh yeah, I didn't talk to Tats about it. Hold on. Hey, Tats, before you guys get Tats, did you have the questions yet from my email? Huh?
What's that now?
You have the questions for tomorrow?
Um, well, I can send you a couple if you'd like. I'll send you some in a few minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I told you in an interview tomorrow with the air veteran.
Yeah, I know, but it's not until late tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll send you some. I'll make sure you have them by the end of
Yeah, because I don't
today.
know how to ask questions with veterans. That's why I was asking you.
No, I got you, man. I got you. I'll take care of that. And how many questions would you like?
How many questions you supposed to ask a veteran?
I mean,
10?
you can ask. I mean, you can ask. You can ask as many as you want, but
I'm not at work tomorrow.
I can figure
Make it
out
10.
some. Okay, I'll make a few for you, and that way you can you can
Yeah.
have something to ask, and that's pertinent to somebody that's a veteran.
Yeah, because
Um,
sometimes if you ask too much questions, it
well,
get
do
kind
you
of
have any
repetitive.
questions for me about talking to a veteran that you might want to ask me before you ask him? You know what I mean? Like, is it appropriate to ask this, or
Yeah, 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 yeah.
would you like to know anything from me that maybe some advice on that, or
No, that's what it down.
just write it down? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Did you see the video that I made with about Fraudit Wrangler?
Oh, I'm tired of him. It's all over the channel.
Oh
Brooklyn
yeah,
made,
yeah.
yeah, it's like 20 people saw it already.
Oh, I know. I got a lot of views on that video so far. But stolen valor is a big thing. So maybe some questions about that would be appropriate,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Cuz veterans are really have their ear to the ground on that kind of thing. When people claim to be something that they weren't in the military, or they did something that they said they did something that they didn't do, but especially when a veteran wears or claims to have had a medal that they never earned. And that's what stolen valor basically is: when you gain money from when you wear a medal that you didn't earn. So you can, and also claiming a medal or a rank you didn't earn. Um, what happens a lot of times is these guys, they'll, like Fraudit Wrangler, for instance, he built his channel on the premise that he was a wounded veteran in combat. So everybody, of course, when you hear that, you want to support somebody like that. Who wouldn't want to support? Wouldn't want to support somebody like that? So they all jump all over his channel, and he becomes very
Uh-huh.
popular because people trust him, and people admire somebody that sacrificed like that for our country. And so he built a very popular channel based on that lie. And while other veterans, such as myself, have channels that maybe my content's not something that everybody wants to watch, but maybe if I would have lied and said, "Oh yeah, this, that, and the other thing," to build my reputation up, and then only for my followers to find out that all of it was a lie, that's stolen valor, man. I can't pretend that I'm a Navy SEAL. I can't pretend that I'm a Medal of Honor winner. I can't pretend that I was a higher rank than I was. I can't
Who's
pretend any of
Dennis
that.
Borders?
Who? Oh, I know who Jeremy DeWitt is. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Nothing.
Not sure that I'm familiar with him.
I'm new to this thing, I guess.
How are you?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Cooking a little supper.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. No,
Cooking
I'm
dinner.
just talking a bit about this guy named Fraudit Wrangler that I just did a video on. He claimed to have been wounded in combat. And last night I got him to admit that he never earned the Purple Hearts that he claimed before. And I personally have lost a lot of friends in combat. I was a combat medic myself in the U.S. Army, and this guy claimed service in the Army as well. And this kind of thing is very important because a lot of veterans get overlooked sometimes when people claim things that they didn't. For instance, there was a female that claimed to be a Marine that was wounded in action, and she actually built a huge reputation for herself. And come to find out, she actually stole people's identities from working in the VA and using their service records to make it look like her service record. And she was able to get charities to give her money and give her service animal and give her like a house and things like that other veterans were standing in line for, waiting for. So that's how important being against stolen valor can be. You can't, when real veterans that deserve what they get are being surpassed by people like this piece of shit who claimed 2 Purple Hearts when they didn't earn it, that's when we need to start standing up against these pieces of crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was in jail for a while for felony burglary and theft. And he admits it freely on his channel. And meanwhile, in the beginning of his channel, by the way, that's another thing. In the beginning of his channel, and I might make another video about that. In the beginning of his channel, he used to always say that people, you're a piece of shit because you have a criminal record. You're a piece of shit because you're addicted to drugs. Well, guess what? He was charged with 5 counts of felony robbery and burglary, and he was also charged with capital murder, of which the charges were eventually dropped, but he was at least charged with that, which makes you wonder what happened there. And he also had a drug addiction that he claimed, in which he broke into people's houses to steal for that addiction. So who was he to call out anybody with a criminal past? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, now he claims 2 Purple Hearts that he never earned. I just don't understand. I don't understand how somebody like that still has people that support him. You know,
People don't dig into details, man.
it just blows my mind. Well, that's kind of what I do on my channel. If you're not familiar with it, I do that sort of thing. I go after people that are anti-audit. I don't go after people that are anti-audit because everybody has a right to that opinion as well. But I go after people that try to spread misinformation about auditing. So what I do is I try to counter it with correct information, or at least the best information I have at the time.
I left a comment on the auditors today, and I'll say it here. Auditors are a good thing, no matter whether they're bad or new, inexperienced, or whatever. The only ones that cross the lines are bad ones, because
Yeah,
they're bringing shit to attention that people need to see.
Right. There are some ones that are doing it for different reasons, but really, sometimes it doesn't even matter what their motivation is to doing audits, because it all, like you said, exposes things that people really need to see. For instance, Brooklyn Audit, man, he took a lot of heat when he took that orange and he did all those other things, right? But at the same time, that guy has exposed more corruptions with the NYPD than probably any other auditor out there. And I think that just because you make some mistakes in your life, you shouldn't be always hammered for it, as long as you owned up to it. And I believe he did. He owned up to what he did, the mistakes that he made. And I believe that people do deserve redemption. Even Fraudit Wrangler, if he would have just said, look, man, I did embellish my military service. I didn't earn those Purple Hearts. If he would have just came out and said that way before all of this, then I would have probably been able to say, look, man, people sometimes get caught up in it. People sometimes get caught up in a lie and they don't know how to stop it. But he just kept going on and on and on with it. And snowed everybody over with his lies, and then also was was a hypocrite, pointing out everybody else's flaws when he had tons of skeletons in his own closet. If he would have just came out when he first started his channel and said, "Look, I'm a 5-time felon. I was convicted of capital murder, and I served in the military. XYZ. I did this. This is what I did. I got out for this reason, or whatever. This happened." And then that's it. If he was just honest about those things instead of lying or trying to cover this up, it would have been no problem. No problem at all. People make mistakes. People have a right to redemption, in my opinion. But, you know, it's the way shit goes, man. I'm just sorry I get ramble. I get passionate sometimes. You know, but
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Gotta stand for something or you fall for anything.
yeah, right. Where are you from, man?
Originally Virginia. I'm in North Carolina right now.
Okay. You guys aren't getting any of this storm?
We're getting the big shoulders of it. Ain't nothing really hit us hard yet. This little rain.
Yeah, I'm down here in Florida, so we just came through it last night. We didn't get much of it where I'm at. Maybe at the most, probably 30, 40 mile an hour winds at the very most, and that was about it where I'm located. So we came out pretty good.
Yeah, well, we're like on the beach here.
Oh
So,
man, yeah. You
not
guys,
literally, but right at it. We might as well be. We get the weather, so
yeah, you
when
guys
their power goes, our power goes.
don't you?
But we used to be on the beach itself. We lived through about 3 there.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's a scary thing. People, we joke a lot in Florida because we go through hurricanes pretty often, and for me, a category 1's not a big deal. Maybe a category 2's not even a big deal. But once you hit around a 3 or a 4 and up to a 5, then
it gets dangerous.
You never know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I go fly a kite in category 1.
Yeah, exactly. Category 1's just kind of like a really strong storm, to be honest with you.
That's like what did you say?
Yeah.
You just yell at people, that's all.
I actually went outside in a I think it was a Cat 2 or a Cat. It might have been a Cat 2, and I rode an office chair down a road while the wind was pushing me down the damn road. When I was out there with my damn drawers on, and my son was out there with me. About 2 o'clock in the morning, we were just riding up and down the damn road in the office chair in that bitch, because nobody had any power. We didn't have anything to do. Nobody could sleep, so we just decided to go out in it and have a little fun.
Well, you can get into a strong enough wind with a rain slicker on, and jump up to it like off a deck or something.
Yeah.
And jump into that wind, and you'll have just the briefest amount of like 0 G. You'll just be hanging there.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you something. I had never felt this. This was, I think it was during, I can't remember which hurricane it was, but I went out in my backyard and I was doing something. I can't remember what I might have been assessing my roof or something like that, just to see if there was anything going on. And I went out there and I was wearing a rain suit, and I was actually wearing a helmet with I don't know if you've ever seen the kind, but when you do a certain kind of hedge trimming, sometimes they come with a face shield on them. And I had that on because shit was going everywhere. And I had that all, and that damn wind picked my ass up and scooted me across the yard on my belly. I'd never felt anything like that before in my life. That was craziness. That was absolute power that wind had that I wasn't even prepared for. So, Gregory, are you chewing on tinfoil?
Yep. Yep.
You are?
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, Gregory. Would you actually chew on tinfoil?
No, hell no. You?
Nope, I sure wouldn't. That'd be terrible.
That used to do me like electric shock. Hurt so bad.
Yeah.
That was when I had teeth. I ain't got none left now.
Gotten too many fights?
I didn't take good care of them. I hate fluoride. I'm a conspiracy theorist. And I recently, in my last 5 years of trolling it through the internet and whatever, discovered that the Nazis used fluoride on the Jews to make them complacent.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something I never knew. I gotta look around and look at that. That's
I wouldn't swear to it because I wasn't me that discovered it, but I've been brought to that attention, So everything I take with a grain of salt,
right. Well,
Don't believe nothing you see, and only half of what you hear.
a healthy bit of skepticism isn't that bad, I don't believe in 100% of conspiracy theorists, but I mean, some people are more into that kind of thing. Look at what's his name, the ex-governor of what was it, Minnesota? What's his name? He used to be a SEAL, UDT guy. I'm trying to think of his name right now. I can't think of it. He used to be a pro wrestler too. What's his name? Somebody help me out in chat. Damn it. Can't remember his name.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura. Yeah, that's him. I mean, he's a pretty big conspiracy theorist. But you know what?
Oh yeah, he's seen a lot of things.
He's seen a lot of things in his lifetime. He was in the SEALs. I mean, technically he was UDT, but that's just a difference between a job description as well. That is, he went through buds and did all that stuff. But I mean, Don Shipley himself said that he has no problem calling him a SEAL. So I'll take that. I'll take his word over anybody's. But anyway, people like that have worked in those types of jobs, they've seen things that the government does that may not be on the up and up. Even my time in the military, I may have seen nothing crazy, but I may have seen a few things that I suspect was a little bit taken back by.
Oh yeah. Around here, they got their own little politics and shit too. We used to live on Carolina Beach, and way back when they had a fire break out on a 4 or 5 story hotel, and they just let that son of a bitch burn for 5 days.
Really?
They had like 5 fire trucks around it, and then bottom of it really just comes out to there was like asbestos on the pipes. It would have cost them $500,000 to pay to remove it. Some wino burned it down. Oh, we had $5 million on insurance on
it. Yeah, vet. Nothing ever shady happens in the military, man. What are you talking about? I got a buddy of mine who I helped get into. He worked on an AWACS event, but then he went and got into some contracting security stuff with the government, and he's seen a few things. I can't say what. I mean, I can't say that he's told me anything or not, but I'm just telling you, he's seen a few cool things, pretty interesting things. He's told me a few things, and that guy was a conspiracy theorist even before he went in the military.
Yeah, I got an uncle who retired from the Air Force. Cousin who went in the Army. A cousin who's in the Air Force. I ain't seen them in a while.
Yeah, well, those Air Force guys, man, they get to see all the cool shit. I probably should have joined the Air Force, man. I would have been able to see a lot more interesting things, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's what, when I was coming up, that's what they said. The Air Force is like for smart people. Army was for grunts.
Well, I always tell people there's no reason to join the Marines if you can read. But I was in the Army myself. I was a medic, and that's what I used to tell my infantry soldiers that I took care of is because they would say, "Hey Doc, how'd you end up being a medic?" And I'd say, "Well, because I can read, motherfucker." And so that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, have you seen that movie about Desmond Doss?
Oh no, Desmond Doss, man! I can go all day on Desmond Doss. He was actually.
He's like that's like I put him like right under Jesus. He was one of my
inspirations for going in the military and becoming a medic. I knew about him way before the movies and all that stuff about him. I learned about him through my grandfather, actually, who was a World War II vet.
Yeah, if I would have joined a militia or something, that's what I'd be, a medic, because they wouldn't let me have a firearm anyway until I get all my rights back.
Well, being a medic is a unique job. It just like so there's a couple of jobs in the military that are considered non-combatants, and we actually get issued a card, which is a Geneva Convention card, is what it's called. And back in the day when I had it, it was a beige card, and it would say that you're not a combatant, so you're listed as according to the Geneva Convention, which nobody follows except for us apparently.
Yeah.
That Geneva Convention is a joke, by the way. Did you know you can't shoot at, according to the Geneva Convention, you cannot shoot at paratroopers on their way down out of the air, when they're jumping out of the airplane? That you can't shoot them until they hit the ground, according
Not
to the
supposed
Geneva
to.
Convention. Did you know that if you have a POW that has a chemical protective mask on him and there's a gas attack, you can't take it from that motherfucker and use it yourself. You got to let him use his own mask. I'll be damned if that ever happened. I think I would survive over to my damn prisoner. I'm just saying. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Security measures, man. If you go down and the prisoners get away.
And chaplains also fall under that same umbrella as medics. Medics are
Don't get me wrong. I'd be wanting to lay hands on some bitches either way.
Right. I mean, well, Desmond Doss was a unique man. I mean, he won. I mean, he won the Medal of Honor without ever firing a shot. And there's probably some questions that came a sword fight before they land.
He got one of the most beautiful tributes anyway. He got to save all those men who chastised him for being supposedly a coward. He came back and proved them all wrong, being a bigger man than all of them.
Well, I'll have to tell you something, though. When you first go in, and I don't care, most medics, at least back when I first went in, you had to kind of prove yourself to the infantry guys that you were going to fit in with them and that you were going to earn their respect and that you were going to do the job that you were there for to do. And before that, man,
I would have been like, if I was with him, I'd have been like, oh, you ain't going in there with a gun? All right, man, I got your back, bro.
Yeah.
Stick with me.
Yeah. Well,
hide behind me.
Trust me, you don't mess with a platoon's doc. You don't mess with a platoon's medic, man. I one day was on a bus and I was riding back. I was on a city bus, and I was stationed in Hawaii at the time, and I had this local yeah, don't be a fucking Blue Falcon. Yeah, buddy fucker. But I was on a bus, and I was actually with my entire platoon pretty much. We were going out and somewhere. We just decided to ride the bus that day. And all of a sudden, this dude started talking shit to me for some reason. And I went to stand up, and my platoon told me to sit the fuck down. He said, "You're not going to beat his ass. We're going to beat his ass for you." And that guy sat the fuck down himself. He didn't do anything after that. But yeah, my platoon, I would never have to lift a finger as a medic, unless I had to, with my platoon around me. Even to this day, I'm sure that a ton of them would come to my aid if I needed help. I mean,
well, laying down your life for another is the greatest sacrifice a man can make of himself. The greatest sacrifice an individual could make would be to sacrifice your children, which is what God done and through Jesus. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That, like I said, that those two facts speak for themselves.
Wait, your unit patch was a Blue Falcon, Manny? No, it wasn't. Come on. There ain't nobody with a damn Blue Falcon patch. What the hell are they doing to you guys over there in the Marines? Giving you what was your motto? Blue Falcon. Yeah. Oh man, come on. You guys weren't the Blue Falcons. We were the Golden Dragons. The Dirty Birds. Yeah. We were the Golden Dragons, and then we got reflagged to the Bobcats is what we were. Yeah, we were the Golden Dragons. And our unit won a distinction of honor during the Boxer Rebellion in China way back in the day, and that's how we got our motto, which was right of the line, which means that when you're in a formation of military soldiers, if you're on the right side of the line, you're in a place of honor. So the general at the time told that unit that ended up being my unit to stand right of the line because of the way they distinguished themselves in that battle. So that's why they were called right of the line. I knew a unit. Their motto was "Never done it." That was pretty funny. Never done it. And then there was another unit. Actually, it ended up being my unit. Our motto was "I'll try, sir." So that means we didn't have to really do it. We just had to fucking try. I'll try,
Exactly.
sir.
Just do it.
Yep. Now the motto for
Mine would
the
have been say
motto
what?
the motto for the 25th Infantry Division, of which I was a part of, is Tropic Lightning, and then the reply back is "Ready to Strike." Or when you salute an officer in the 25th, if they're just walking down the street and you go "Tropic Lightning, sir," or they go "Tropic Lightning," you go "Ready to Strike." But yeah, interesting.
Oh shit! I'm gonna end this right now.
You're gonna end it?
Yeah, I'm tired right now. I didn't sleep
All
for
right, man.
4 months.
Hey, you take care of yourself, Greg, and I'll get those questions for you. All right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut down my hours.
All right, man. I got you. I
Okay.
got you. Hey, good
Yeah.
meeting you there, Dennis.
All right, man. I wandered in here. I
Thanks,
don't know
Dennis,
how
for
I
coming
got
out.
here. I just followed the prompt.
All right. Y'all
Y'all have
take
a good
care.
one.
Yep.
Take care. Thanks, guys. Bye.